When I first started trading, I always wondered, what kind of stock should I get into? What does a trading plan even mean? Like, what are the stocks that actually look like they're going to have potential? Otherwise, you're just shooting in the dark. You don't really know what you're doing. And it can be a little daunting to even get into a trading plan or anything like that. So in this video, I'm going to try to break down exactly how I looked at a trade that I'm in right now. Might have some potential, might not, but it's a setup that works over time consistently, and it's super simple to find. I'm going to show you everything that you need to learn about it and more, so that by the end of the video you have a much better understanding of what you need to be looking for in the future. Let's get started. So the stock I'm looking at today is Procter & Gamble. I think we all know that. They make a lot of products that everybody needs in their everyday life, and they're in over 180 countries around the world. So it's a very secure stock in that way. So fundamentally, I think it would be a good trade and something to pay attention to. But in this video, I'm going to kind of focus more on the technical analysis side, so that you can kind of understand, what you should be looking for when you want to get into a trade, if you're going to do a swing trade and maybe trade some options. So here we see Procter & Gamble actually had a really good push up here. I mean, this was an amazing run. I wish I was a part of this. If you're wondering what this green and red thing is, it's called a green MOBO. It's a study on Thinkorswim. If you want me to do a video on it, I can break it down, comment below. But essentially, when it goes green, you get in, and when it goes red, you get out. So here, this would have been an incredible trade, right? But right now, we're in a bit of an uptrend. We have a nice uptrend. We got beat down here. We had a nice little gap, right, that you can hopefully fill, which we're filling right now. And then we have a nice accumulation phase. So we're kind of consolidating, going back and forth, and the Bollinger Band, which is the blue lines, is getting nice and contracted and ready for another move. Now, you can either have a continuation down, usually, where it spikes all the way down after some contraction, or you can have a push up. So because we had this previous, really nice run up here, and then a breakdown, so you'd have, a lot of people selling here, and then you have this accumulation. Now we're having this nice push up. So we look here previously, this was the previous high. So you would have seen this, and then maybe a lot of people would have bought the dip and thought, oh, this is going to break out, and it kind of just went over this previous high here. They would have trapped a bunch of people, and then they slammed it down a little bit more, right? And then we accumulate. The Bollinger gets tight, and then we have a nice push up. A big thing you want to pay attention to is volume. So I want to see really nice volume along with nice big green bars and a push up our previous high. So I actually entered on this day here where we went up over the previous high. I waited for a bit of a pullback and I entered there, buying one contract, one option so far. If you want to learn a little bit about options, take a look at my videos on my channel. I break it down really simply for you there. But here we had a nice little bit of a pullback, which was, understandable. Typically, when you kind of get out of the Bollinger Band, you're going to have a bit of a breakdown. But we held really nicely, and we actually broke through the 200 simple moving average, bounced off that perfectly, and now we're having a really great push. So let's look at the actual trade. I bought one contract, the 143 strike price, expiring on April 21st. So I bought one call. I got it for 410. It's 560. I'm currently up 150 bucks. So this trade I'm actually planning on keeping until around April 20th, maybe April 15th, something like that, because what we're seeing here is earnings. So earnings are actually coming up on April 21st. Now what you're going to see with options is implied volatility. This is implied volatility right here. It's only at 22%, but look at the expiry of the one that's expiring today. It's actually at 34%. So what happens a lot of the time as you start to work your way closer to earnings, implied volatility gets higher. Implied volatility is essentially going to be the value of the stock. So if there's a higher implied volatility, it means the premium of the stock of the option is going to be higher. So as we get closer to earnings, people don't know. Is it going to be good earnings, bad earnings? Is the stock going to fly up, fly down? And that uncertainty creates more volatility. And if you have more volatility, you're going to have the price go up. So I can actually take advantage of the option itself gaining value as we get closer to earnings. So I go farther out. I get something that it was on the money at the time. I'm profitable here. If we get any pullbacks over time, maybe down to here or something, I probably will add to the position. And the goal would be to get to this 149 because this is where we saw a really big red day and a breakdown. We're actually today filling this nice little gap right here, which is pretty sweet. And hopefully we can have a continuation and a pop up to 150. And then that's when I'll be looking to take some off the table. I hope this gives you a great idea of kind of what you should be looking for in the future. You want to see accumulation, something that's had a really nice run, then accumulating, a Bollinger Band that's getting tighter, and then a lot of heavy volume and a nice push up over its previous highs and continuation from there. When you see all those factors together, you might have a great trade on your hands. Nothing's guaranteed, but hopefully this can help you out going forward in the future and give you a good idea of something that you need to look for when you're trying to find out that next stock you want to trade. Thanks for sticking around. If you don't mind, throw me a like and subscribe if you found this entertaining or at least valuable. Appreciate you sticking around, like I said. Have a great day. I'll see you on the next one.